Okay, we have this flow going now where we can pick which type of room we're editing and it goes down and finds the correct one here. So I'm going to just copy this adding guest room because it has most of the stuff that I already need in there, including the asking in with the room number, bookable, and room rates and stuff like that. So we're just going to copy that and that's going to go up into editing our guest room here. Now, some of the stuff we maybe don't want them to change. It looks like I got a little bit of discrepancy there, but we'll fix that. So if we don't want them to change something, we're just going to go ahead and um, use the room dot get room number and go ahead and just display that. So that's not something that we're going to be changing. So we don't need them to type anything in. But capacity is something maybe we do want them to change. And I'm going to want to edit the capacity. So when they type this piece of information in here, we're going to say room dot, and we want to set the capacity. We don't have access to that, so let's go over to room, and we don't have the ability to set a capacity, so let's go ahead and do public. This is going to set something, so it's a void. We're going to set capacity. We're going to pass in an integer. We'll call it capacity, and when we're done, we are going to say this dot capacity equals the capacity that got passed in. Everything looks good there. Back over to here. So room dot set capacity, and this whole thing now goes inside of there. So now we can set the capacity. Is bookable. I don't think we want to worry about changing the is bookable, so that can come out. But the room rate, oh, and for capacity, I do want to give them a clue on what the capacity was before we changed it. So let's just go ahead and give them a little visible clue. So we're going to say room dot get capacity. That goes in there. Okay, that looks good. Now room rates. Let's do the same thing with room rates. Let's go ahead and put inside of here. Whoa, that's the integer class. We don't want that. We want to copy this piece. Don't want that. We want to copy that, and we want to put that into here. Clips will sometimes add in these backslashes, which you'll have to take out. So we want to room dot get. Where is the rate? So let's come back over to here to rate. So rate is not in room. So room rate must be in guest. Okay. Yep. And there is our get rate in guest. So we cannot access, because we have a room type coming in, we need to actually change this to a guest room. And then we'll have access to room.get. Let's see here, room.get. Where is capacity or get rate? Room dot. Oh, what's wrong with guest room? Oh, it's not guest room, it's just guest. That's what's going on there. Okay, so now we can use get. Now we can do dot get. And there's the rate. Tell them what the rate is. Let them type in a rate. We'll do the same thing with our bed count. Copy, remove those slashes in there. So it's not get rate. It's dot get num beds. And whatever they type in will go into there. So we're going to show them the room number. We're going to get the new capacity and put that into capacity. We're going to get the new rate, and we are going to set the new rate. And good. So set rate, there it is. And that's going to pass in a double. Too many lines. That looks good. Save that. What do we got going on here? We have 1, 2 open, 3 open. We've only got 2 closing, so we need to put one more there. And same thing with num beds. So we're going to copy that. That goes in front of here. Ooh. This comes in here. Room.set num beds. That gets passed in. And we're not going to add a new room. We're just going to let those change the pieces that go into it. Okay, so that is one of it. I could do the same thing for conference room, but for now, let's just go ahead and test this part out of here. Save, we got an error somewhere in here. We got to figure out what that error is. Okay, edit guest room. Oh, so we're passing a guest room, so we're going to have to do a quick cast to guest for that one. And we're going to have to do a quick conference cast for that room down there, and which means this room down here is going to have to be conference. So when we change that one, it'll all get updated. Okay, now do we have other errors? Nope, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and run it. Make this a little bit smaller now. Add a guest room, 101, capacity 4, bookable true, room rate's $45, bed count is 2. Let's go edit a room. 5, there's that room. Go ahead and press 1. And you're going to be editing guest room. So room number 1, and we must be doing a print on that one. That's got to be a print line. Room capacity is 4. We want to change it to 5. We want to change the rate to $55, and bed count, we're going to stay with 2. Now let's go ahead and list all of our rooms. And there's the new rate and everything else that goes along with it. So for this one, we just had one little change on here. I want to make this all a print L. I'm going to print that on the same line, and print this on the same line, that on the same line, that on the same line. Okay, good. I think we have all the information in there. We would have to do the same thing for conference, but we're going to display some of the stuff. We're not going to let them change when we're editing because we don't want to change room numbers. Other ones we're going to tell them. So if you look up here, we actually tell them what the previous rate was. So you're going to be editing this room. So here's the room we can't edit. There's the room capacity with what it was 4, and there's a room rate with 45, and now it's 55. So everything looks good. Okay, thanks.